What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? Welcome or welcome back to Dawn Spiritual Guidance. It's your girl Dawn, and we got a message for you. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to apologize for being gone for so long. I know it was like, dang, she was coming on live and everything, and yeah, I was definitely coming on live, and for what seemed every day or just about right with like a day or two in between. Life became like really hectic. I'm a student, so like I had a lot of like work to do, and it was back to back to back, right? And then also too, right? I'm dealing with multiple covens and beings and principalities that have been utilizing black magic. So they've been trying to send different hexes and curses my way. In order to try to curse my platform. They've been trying to um curse and hex the things that I'm supposed to be doing in life as far as my purpose and prophecy and my destiny. So I've been also fighting off black magic attacks too, right? Um so I've just been getting myself together. You feel me? Because I'm only one person, guys. I am not omnipresent. Although I work for God, I am not God. Okay. But there is another bigger reason as to why I paused as well. And I will be telling you guys more of that, but at a later time. Okay. So, I am a part of the collective. And so therefore the things that I uh am overcoming may or may not be on the same degree, but I know it's similar, right? Like I'm a part of the collective. So this reading is going to be like of course it's timeless, guys, but it's kind of going to be like what's taking so long, what's going on, why, what's the solution, because like it's not just me, right? And I hear other people and their stories and what they're talking about right now. Like people have been saying their transmissions are going out, people have been saying this that and the third. Like it's a lot. People are going through tragedies, and hey, don't get it twisted, we are approaching a full moon. So for those of you guys that are watching this now or at a later date, just know that we are overcoming we are about to enter a full moon. So we're in like the post energy of, at the post the pre energy of it. Okay. So, people love to do hexes and curses when it comes to like the pre-energy in addition to doing it on the day, right? So please be mindful, okay, of different things here. All right, let's get into this reading. Okay, so Holy Spirit, Yahweh, Yeshua the Christ, unclothed, uncontaminated, uncompromised. What do we have for our collective for this timeless reading? What do they need to know when it comes to their situation? What's going on? What's taking so long for what it seems like? Because we already know, God, feels like he moves right on time, right? But also at the same time, because, God is my deity. Sometimes we may feel like waiting for whatever he's doing behind the scenes. The waiting period doesn't have to be so brutal, okay? So what's going on, Holy Spirit? We have study, okay? So you guys could be studying or you're being guided to study, okay, when it comes to what you're doing in life, your destiny, your purpose, the things that you are wanting to do. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for the light. I appreciate you. Like you may be thinking about like a trade, because for those of you guys that may not know, it's coming out now that it is not a waste of time to get a degree, but at the time frame that you may need one, It's not going to be the same for somebody else, right? So what is that telling you? It tells you that for some people, like, the system was not all, has not been all that great, right? Because for example, if you know that you just want to be a nail tech and deal with people's skin and hair, that means you need to go to cosmetology school, right? That means you need, your whatever lane that you are supposed to be in first when it comes to God. And that's one thing about the society. The society, because God gave us free will to even believe in him, the society does not look at, oh, what is your purpose based upon what God has ordained for you to do, right? Like, nobody's really looking at that. We're following a system that is putting everybody in the same boat. But it's like, if a fish needs water, why are you putting them on land? Right? Like, oh, of course people are going to have a hard time if they're not in the right habitat, if they don't have the right people around them, if they don't have the right support, right? So it's a few things. Release attachments. So you guys have been like building, doing things, when it comes to working, whether that's school, business, career moves, a combination of, all those things. And it could be difficult, right? Like, of course, we expect adversities here and there, but maybe it's been more, right? It's been heavy on you. And that's because the Holy Spirit is saying there's some attachments that needs to be released. So there's people, places, it could be your environment, it could be the people around you, it could be both, where it's having a negative impact on your ability to thrive, grow with whatever it is that you've been trying to build, study, gain knowledge on, right? And going back to the whole school part, right? You may decide that you want to become an accountant, but maybe later on down the line, after you go to cosmetology school and become an esthetician and a hairdresser and all the rest of those things, right? So we're finding out that everybody doesn't need you may not need a degree right then and there for the occupation or your purpose that you are trying to establish, right? In order, especially if all you're trying to do is make some income, right? So, and again, to each his own. That's what's coming out now. Certain employers are not even looking at that. They're looking at the skill set that you have. So different strokes for different folks. But if you know that what you want to do requires you to get that degree right up front. So like, for example, no, this is not therapy, but I went right into my master's program right after undergrad because I knew I wanted to be a therapist. You cannot practice. I mean, you can practice. There are limitations that you can do. You can practice mental health without necessarily a license per se. But it's the extent of which, right, you can go. So if you don't have that, and so that's something that you would need to do right up front, right? You have to get the things and get the schooling and all the rest of that in order to become a therapist or a social worker, whatever have you in the healthcare field, or a nurse or a doctor. But if you're not trying to become, those things or whatever the case may be right up front, then schooling might be a little bit later for you. But also with study here, because this is like a dual message. You have people, while you are focusing on your lane, your path, your purpose, your prophecy, you have others that have been studying you, watching you, okay? Watching you behind the veil. For those of you guys that's dealing with like dark practitioners, or you're dealing with like seasoned energies that know how to remote view when they meditate, astral travel on site, right? They're watching you, they're studying you. You got principalities, other dark beings, right? That people really don't talk about or mention too much, that have been watching you. And no, not all of them are necessarily bad, but majority of them have been. Why? Why has the collective been being studied like this? Holy Spirit, why are they being watched and stalked? We have bring balance here in reverse. Of love in reverse, because so bringing balance. So you guys, we were talking about, just work in general, without being on your path, your purpose, and prophecy, Regardless of what you have to go through to do that, eventually God is going to balance out the scales, right? Again, different strokes for different folks here. So it's like trying to watch and see if what you are doing is bringing what stability, fulfillment. Tell me more. Have faith in reverse. So these energies are not wanting you to be able to have balance in your life, and they don't want you to have the hope and the faith to keep going. So it's giving why. So put yourself on the side of the story as you see fit. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. This could be past, present, or future information for you. Okay. So it's giving while you or someone that you're dealing with, okay, whoever, whatever, is focusing on what they need to do or what you need to do for you, right? It's like someone else is watching you trying to make sure things are not like going well for you, and then trying to make sure that there's like no hope, no things to give you hope or faith to keep going. That's terrible. So you trying to soar, they're trying to soar, and somebody's trying to make sure that you can't. That's the energy we're getting here. Okay. So it's this could be a family member, a friend, lover, somebody at your job, you to somebody else. Flip energies as you see fit here. Okay. You have acceptance here, recognition and reward. So despite what these energies are doing here, there is going to be some sort of recognition and reward here. These energies are going to be seen for who they are and what they've been. They've been attacking you because, see, you've been on a difficult road here. They've been making it difficult for you. So like, let's say this road was going to be maybe like a level 6 or a level 7. Well, it's been like maybe a level 9, level 10 because of these man-made energies. Remember how I started off this reading by, sharing with you guys some of the things that I have been overcoming in my life, all at once. Because, hey, like, healers go through shit, right? So, I'm never going to make you guys ever think that I am not going through anything, right? Because I'm a part of the collective too. So you guys have to know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, no matter how bad your enemies may be trying to make it seem like it's pitch black. God is always with us. So, yeah, it could be a very difficult road because they're searching, they're after some sort of recognition and reward, some sort of, they want something, okay? They want to be the ones to accept something here with acceptance. So it's like they're trying to study you. They're trying to watch you to see how you do. I'm hearing how you do something. How do you heal? How are you able to change that tire? How are you able to study so quickly? Or how are you able to make money? Like somebody's really like trying to watch you and makes it difficult for you. Okay, so there's something or someone that you're being guided to let go. Okay, and again, this could be past, present, future information for you, and this is the reason why. Okay, because it's like while you're trying to get balance, there's an energy that's trying to make you unbalanced. Okay, now for some of you guys, this could be in the form of a curse. You have to pay attention to patterns. Every time that you try to do something but some shit happens, that can indicate a curse, whether that's somebody in this lifetime that's trying to do something, and or it's over the entire bloodline as a bloodline demon, and in whatever aspect it needs to be broken, right? We have step back, okay, enabling. So be careful with anybody that you could be in hindsight enabling. Now here's the thing, there's things that are not under your control, okay? So make sure you focus on what is in your control. they're wanting you to like stop doing what you're doing. Like they want you to stop being in your purpose. Why? We have stuck in fear because you have what it takes to fulfill something. You have what it takes to fulfill something. And this is going to like impact like a lot of people, a lot of energy, not just people, okay? Because we're talking about on a realm type of energy here. So nations, and not even just nations, again, realms. Okay? You have what it takes to, I'm hearing, lead nations. So this energy, because remember how we saw soar earlier? This energy is like self-conscious about you being able to soar past them. Okay, remember we were getting that energy earlier about them trying to like bring you down as you're trying to work on yourself and stay in your lane and come up in your own path and purpose? With somebody trying to make sure like you stay down or whatever the case may be, and not have any energies around you to lift you up so that you'll see, so that it'll feel like impossible as they are so you have so for those that this is for, okay, you have an energy, so you're not crazy. Whether this is in the physical, so even if it's spiritual, it's how it's manifesting in the physical for you. But even if nobody is doing that deliberate spiritual work for others of you, it's something that they're doing, manipulating physically. Okay, so you're not crazy. Okay, letting you know like, hey, baby cakes, it's not necessarily me. Like, yeah, you are waiting on me to move and do X, Y, and Z on your behalf. But this is kind of like what's going on in the background, right? Like kind of like, okay, what we were saying earlier, like what's taking so long? Be present. Okay, we have fresh start here. So yeah, this is about like you guys having a fresh start if you're not in it already. Okay, being present, being able to enjoy like the fruits of your labor, being able to enjoy life, you know. And I'm not going to sit here and say without any type of adversity, but like instead of it being like on 10 all the time, you know, from how this is coming off, it's like, oh, you know, it's going to be more present, more pleasant, to the point where it's like, man, I can't wait to do this. I can't wait to do that. Because you know, when you got a whole bunch of things going on, you don't want to be present for that all the time, right? You have people that like to daydream. You know, you have people that, you know, they resort to, you know, other means to like escape. And here's the thing with that, right? And again, this is not counseling. This is for entertainment purposes. You know, you're not wrong for not wanting to be in a horrible situation or an abusive situation. You have to be mindful of how you navigate it though, right? So always remember that. And being in the present, especially when there is a situation that's shitty, because here's the thing that people at sometimes forget to acknowledge. Faith without works is dead. It's really dead. Okay, so you have to give to God what is out of your control, simply because God is in the department of doing the impossible. And then you have to focus on what is in your control that God has bestowed upon you, right? With whatever season you're in. But that does not mean that while you are waiting on God that you're not suffering. Because there are seasons where some people are waiting on God, but that doesn't mean that there's a level of suffering. It could be a level of like frustration or whatever the case may be, which you pretty much decent until God is able to make this move for you. You know, and this is not to compare anybody's, you know, trauma or whatever, you know, but this is to let you know different seasons in different, like for example, a person that, you know, you have some stability, you have some friends that love you, that's actually tried and true around you, which maybe you're waiting on God to make an approval for you. And not that what you're currently in is horrible, but it's just like you just want that, you waiting on that approval. Right? Versus, which is still good, you know, versus somebody in a waiting season, they have no money. They have little to no family, and maybe the family that they have around them either ain't shit or they're not in alignment. So although the family or friends may mean well, it's like trying to keep you on land when you deserve to be in the water and you a fish, right? Like you don't have the proper support system with what you got going on, no matter how somebody has your best interest at heart. You don't have that. You have some things that God has given you, right? Because God will never leave you or forsake you. That doesn't mean that the season it's not gonna be hard just because God is with you. God is with you in all seasons. Let's make that clear. But that doesn't mean the season is not gonna be difficult. Okay, so even with or without this inner trying to manipulate things, there were gonna be seasons where where it wasn't gonna be pleasant, but maybe in this case it didn't have to be as unpleasant, right? It's also was trying to let you know here, but because of that, you are gonna have this fresh start. And you are gonna be able to want to be present again, right? Because going back to that waiting season, if you in a waiting season, like and God is gonna come through, God is faithful, but you sitting there in a waiting season where you barely got shit, and you got to work with what you got, and you grateful for what you got, right? Depending upon what soul lessons you have to learn, that doesn't make it easy, right? You don't want to be in the present and waiting for that all the time, right? Because who wants to be in the present and you hungry? Who wants to be in the present and you sick? You don't have and get the help that you need, because that's some people's reality right now. You have to understand, so there is a fresh start that is either here and or on the horizon for you. However, release and reverse this energy. See, you guys are trying to break free from whatever this situation is, right? For you and whatever, part of your life that this is. With this energy is like trying to hang on to you. Or you trying to hang on to it for the energies as you see fit, and it's disturbing your peace. Solitude in reverse. Okay? Tremendously disturbing your peace. Yeah. We have speak your truth in reverse. What's this? Professional assistance in reverse. So remember how I said that some of you guys have been in seasons where it's like you haven't been able to even pay for like the kind of help that you need or the recovery that you need, able to get the rest that you need, or able to just, because this is for some of you guys, this is the type of season that somebody has been trying to like keep you in. They've been trying to keep you in a state of feeling like you're not good enough and trying to watch you. It's like, this is really sickening, to be honest. It's really sick. It's like, oh, let me try to keep them and put them in a bad situation, and then let me watch how they respond to it and some shit. Right? And it's all because you've been doing what you're supposed to do. For those that this is resonating for, it's all because you've been on your path, on your purpose, and it's triggering those that haven't had the courage or the discipline, the stamina, whatever you want to call it, to continue to do what they need to do for them and their bloodline. Okay, so it's like, as you are breaking free, whatever this means for you in transformation, right, with the butterfly here, it's like, no, because if you soar, then I guess what, this leaves them behind, because you can't take somebody like this with you as you are being exalted. Okay, look, and then speak your truth in reverse. It's like they're trying to silence you too, trying to shut you up. And for some of you guys, they could have tried to do a shut up spell. They could have, I don't know if we was talking about our platforms earlier. Could be trying to, shut you up to the point where, people won't listen to you, or you won't feel seen or heard, or your platforms won't get seen or heard, right? Because they trying to prevent you from being seen. So like trying to put a shadow essence on you. So some of you guys, you need to do a clearing. And the type of negative energy, evil eye, and black magic that's being sent your way depicts upon the type of clearing you need to do. Okay? You might need a Reiki. You might need, a simple smudge. Hell, you might need a candle. You might need some other shit. Okay? A combination of things. But you have an energy here that's in your life, or was, okay? Because again, there's been energies where you physically let them go, but they're fucking with you in the spiritual realm, right? And again, you can't control what somebody decides to do with their free will. What this is letting you know, like, hey, they don't want you to get this recognition and reward that you're gonna get it, right? They don't want you to break free because they don't want you to be seen for the energy that you have. So it's kind of like her like backlash. They're trying to like retaliate. How dare you? How dare you like go on without me? What kind of energy is this? Okay, what kind of energy is this? It's like, how dare you go on without me? How dare you like not allow me to do what I want to do in your life? Like that's what this energy is here. Okay. Just real quick, guys, we have Oracle decks. If you would like to purchase, okay, these Oracle decks are created by us. Download Spiritual Guidance. Okay, you see it. All right, feel free to click on the link in the description box. All right. If you are interested. And listen, if you guys been needing some journals, okay, if you guys been needing something to write things in, go ahead and purchase these. These are on Amazon, okay? They were created by us. Download Spiritual Guidance, all right? So if you need something to write your dreams, your goals, your aspirations in, your recipes, your poems, your raps, go ahead and copy one. The link is in the description box, okay? For all of our products, okay? All right. So, final messages, Holy Spirit. I also just heard this energy doesn't see anything that they're doing as being wrong with professional assistance in reverse. Like, not only has this journey been making it hard for you to, you know, for some cases for you to afford to be able to get the things that you need for yourself, whether that's meeting your basic needs with health care, toiletries, food, the whole nine. This is also like the divine saying like they're not getting help for themselves. So if this energy that did all this betraying or tries to come back into your life, right, that you didn't see coming, we have observation in reverse, okay, the owls in reverse. Be mindful, because they may say, oh, I've been working on myself, or I changed. And don't get it twisted. People do change. People do work on themselves. People go get the healing, and they take the 2, 3, 4, 5 years, however long it takes to make that change, right? Because I mean, we're constantly healing with that initial change to where you're a different person. You know, you're actively, you know, on your path and purpose. But this is not that. This is not them. Is what the Holy Spirit is trying to warn you with, okay? Like they're not doing what they need to do. Like regardless of what type of receipt they concoct or may actually have, because I've talked about this before, people getting the services, but they're not taking the services seriously. They're just doing it for show, or they concocted a receipt on AI to make it seem like this is what they're doing. Okay, we have fresh mindset, playful, the fool, keep an open mind, be flexible, adaptive, innocence, new beginner mindset. No, this is not motherfucker's first rodeo, right? This is not somebody's first time doing this. Okay, so there's other energies where they have tried to stop their platforms. They have tried to stop their shine. They have tried to stop. So this is like a part of a system here. Okay, this impacts how somebody is being seen. Okay, you breaking free, you actually speaking your truth and what's going on has them in fear, because it's like this ruins whatever mask they was trying to keep. Okay, it's also what I'm picking up here. So that's why it's like they want you to stop, step back, take a step back, stop, shut up, right? You know, and trying to do everything that they can to make you stop, to make you wanna give up, throw in the towel. Okay? Because you are a threat. Okay? But then it's like not wanting to let you go because they need you. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? We have dirt. Workaholic, come up for air, hidden elements, digging, getting things started, hitting goals, reaching goals. Keep going. What's coming next? Okay, so make sure you keep going, guys. Okay. But also be mindful, because this energy is trying to dig something up on you. Okay, now this is the energy for some of you guys. They were cheating. They were cheating. Okay, bed, polyamorous, big family. Now, for those of you guys, because I mean, hey, but this would be of either, if you guys are polyamorous, this is inviting other energies that you guys didn't talk about, which can expose you guys to different things that you guys shouldn't have to be exposed to, right? And then in other cases where these connections are not supposed to be polyamorous and they have been, it's like, that's not what you signed up for. You didn't know, even if it was a situationship. That's what makes this so sticky, for especially for those of you guys where this is like romantic. The lies, you can't build anything, right? So where this energy wants to now get back in your life for some shit, you wouldn't be able to have anything solid, like, at all. Okay, jealousy. Yeah, see, all out of jealousy. The feelings of wanting what someone else has, being angry at someone because they are better off than you, not wishing well, has a wandering eye. See? And you don't ever want to be, so on a love tip, you don't ever want to be with somebody that makes you feel like you are less than, right? You want to be with someone and be friends and be around people that make you feel valued, make you feel appreciated, okay? These energies have been sending you the evil eye, black magic. For some of you guys are trying to manipulate shit for you because they're jealous of you. So remember, you're popping. You're the shit. They need you. They trying to copy off you. They trying to be you, honey. Okay? So although that doesn't make it right for the things that they have done and or are doing, remember, regardless, you the shit. You are the shit. But because they are watching you so hard, rather virtually and or physically, make sure you protect your shit. Guard your shit. Okay? Because especially when it comes to the remote viewing, you can literally have someone that's at their house and you at yours, and you could be on the other side of the world, and they can literally either astral travel to you or be in meditation where they are looking at you, seeing you through their third eye. Okay, remote viewing or astral traveling. So, and meaning, if you working on something, they can potentially see the color, the numbers. If you're saying something out loud, they can potentially overhear you. Okay? Like directly, without them having to physically be there.